goodness. All right, so she needs no introduction. From Kingston, Jamaica, all the way to here, Nairobi, Kenya. Etana is here. She landed yesterday, and she will be performing tomorrow at Uhuru Gardens. But first, let's get to know a little bit more about her. In fact, you've already found us having a conversation. And Etana, first of all, good morning and welcome to Kenya.
Good morning.
You have
Thanks
come
for
with the
having
rain,
me.
should I say? You know, we've been facing a bit of drought. It's been super hot here in Nairobi, in Kenya in general. So the rain here in Kenya has sort of cooled things down. But this is not your first time in Kenya.
No, it's my third time, actually.
Your third time.
Yeah.
What is it about Kenya that brings you back?
The love for the music, the love for the people. I think the love that I feel inside for the people, the style, the flair, everything about Kenya. I think it's being reciprocated. I think it's coming back to me. So we're just kind of bouncing off the love energy right now.
Right. Before people even got to know Etana, the making of Etana, you just didn't happen like that. There was a lot of process and involved. Gift, the female vocal group that you were in before that, correct me if I'm wrong, even you had to drop out of university to focus on music, right? Yeah. So it's been quite a journey, right?
Oh, it sure has. I mean, from being in the group, it was exciting. It was 4 of us, one from Jamaica, one from Ghana, one from Guyana, and one from New York. So it's 4 different, kind of lifestyle. But anyway, most of the times naked, showing too much to me, revealing too much, having the short skirts, the short shorts, the things that we're normally subjected to as women.
The twerking, we see
the everything, the booty, And then I think that my power, we're so powerful as women. I can wrap a sheet around me and a man will still want to know what's underneath the sheet. So I feel like I don't need to be naked to prove that I'm anything at all. Right. So I decided I was just gonna do reggae, do me.
Do you?
Do me.
And you are the only girl in your family out of, I think, 4 boys?
No, like 13 boys. Like I was the only girl.
You're the only
so
girl.
I kind of grew up like a tomboy, like, I climbed trees, I played gunwar, I played karate. We would watch the cowboy movies and, fire guns around the corner with our fingers and stuff like that.
So how do you think your upbringing shaped who you are today?
It prepared me to play amongst the reggae boys on the football field, because it's not that many women in reggae out of Jamaica. And so I think it prepared me to play rough when it was time to play rough. To not smile when it was time to be serious. To be able to rub shoulders with the men and be successful to achieve.
Yeah, but it's not been easy when you have to sit at the table with the big boys and
you
demand.
Have to straighten your face and put on. You have to square your shoulders, straighten your face, and be ready for the game, because it's a game as a woman.
Right. So apart from just being a musician, is there anything else that you fancy that you do outside of music?
Most of the times, all I do is work. My fun time is when I'm home with the kids. When I'm being mommy.
A mom, right?
That's my fun time.
That's your fun time.
Yeah.
How do you balance that? How do you balance being a mom and still having such a successful career?
It's not easy.
In the music industry.
It's not easy.
Right?
Because one of the hardest things that I have to deal with is being away from home. Being away for a long time, especially away from my 2-year-old or my 6-year-old. Imagine like her being born and after 3 days of giving birth, I'm already out working. And so she had to spend maybe a week or so without me, and then moving forward, it was still work. So most of the times, that's what I find most difficult, is to be away from them. Otherwise, I can handle the boys in reggae. I can handle all the men, and I can handle that stuff.
What's the secret? Because perhaps there are so many young girls and they're trying to get into the music industry. They're very talented, but because of society and such a patriarchal society, it's difficult.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Because there's YouTube. There are people, you can have your studio in your house now. So you don't have to go to a studio, to a big producer who feels that he has to take advantage of you for you to sing a song. You can go live on YouTube and it will go viral, and someone will pick you up from a label. And even then, you still don't have to spread your legs to feel appreciated or to get ahead. Because I think that's one of my strengths. I think knowing that I didn't have to use my lower half to get to where I need to go, and that I was not going to.
Why?
You know?
What do you think has made you so grounded? What is it that has made you so grounded in this industry, in the making of Etana? What is it that has grounded you? Is it your family? Is it your religion?
My relatives, I think my relatives from Jamaica. We're from Augustown, which is like a garrison. What do you call it here? Where we have zinc roof, zinc fence, sheet. What do you call it here?
More of like
lower income
communities.
Right.
There you go.
So Augustown is a lower income community. I've had to watch a lot of struggle, a lot of pain, a lot of tears, a lot of gunshots, a lot of everything. And I wanted to be some kind of light. I wanted to be the one who would somehow create change for my family. And even in school, when I had, in middle school, 7, 8, 9, when my mom had it the hardest and we basically had nowhere to live, I would get up and go to school every day, being a straight A student all the way up until 11th grade, or 12th grade even. And I just wanted to be the light. I didn't want to fail.
What is it that scares you about your life? Is it failure?
Failure doesn't scare me.
Failure doesn't scare you?
No.
What is it that makes your heart skip a bit?
Oh, family.
Family.
That's it.
And it seems to be something very close to your heart. Family seems to be
don't know
something
why.
very close. No, it's a good thing.
I don't know why, but it is. I believe, like, I don't want to see my relatives fail.
Do you feel that you have accomplished by being a light to your family
members?
members?
I have, in many ways. Like, when there's trouble, they call me. When there is chaos, they call me. When there's anything wrong with my relatives or my family, they call me.
Who does Etana then look up to? Who does Etana lean on when Etana is having a bad day?
Myself and God.
Oh, wow. All right.
I dig deep. Like, there are times when it gets really hard and tears may even come, but I dig deep. Thank you.
That's Timo, part of our camera crew behind here. Right.
I dig deep. I dig really deep. And I pray. Sometimes I pray until I fall asleep to the next day. And then I get up and I leave it there. Because I know that I've come such a long way through such hardships and it never failed. Yeah.
Is it tough being someone who has a personal relationship with God and being in the music industry? Because a lot of things happens in the music industry, not just the music industry, just media in general is not the easiest place to be, especially when you have someone, especially like for you, someone who has a close relationship with God. But would you say that that has, in a sense, also helped in the making of Etana, helped you stay grounded? Has that been easy? Well, have you ever felt that you needed to compromise at some point?
No, I just follow my spirit. I don't get confused with religion. You know, like, religion is man-made rules, and we can talk about this all day. I follow my spirit. I follow the things my grandmother used to say to me when I was a little girl, when she thought I wasn't paying attention. And even I thought I wasn't paying attention, but somehow I grew up with it. And I follow that, and I follow my heart. And that voice, you ever sit down and something says, you know, you gotta get up, move.
We call it the gut feeling, but it's truly God speaking to you.
Well, I follow that.
Wow.
That is important to me.
Right.
So my quiet time by myself is important because I have to leave room for the wind and for the voice to come to me so I can hear and I can follow that.
I love that. The women in your life, you seem to speak so highly of them, your mom, your grandmother.
I grew up with them the most. Like, they were all there. My father and my mother separated when I was 4 years old. And it was the hardest thing for me. I had nightmares for many years until I grew out of it. And I decided that I had to go and I had to live. I had to survive. I had to get to where I need to get to, that it was anything other than failure. It was always, you know, I wasn't afraid of failure, but I knew I couldn't.
Wow. If you weren't doing music, if Etana wasn't doing music, what would you possibly be doing today?
I'd be a nurse.
Why a nurse?
Because I wanted to be a doctor, but then my mother never had enough money to, you know, and in Jamaica and in America, you have to pay for education, of course. And so I knew my mother wasn't able to afford that, and I wasn't like one of those students that was getting scholarships all over. By the time I got to 12th grade and I got my first car, I started, you know, thinking otherwise. But I wanted to be a registered nurse so I can take care of patients and hands-on be with them.
Wow.
And make people happy and make them smile.
Right, and you seem to do that right now
with music.
Yeah, with music. 2 questions. What is the coolest thing about being a Tana, and what's not the coolest thing about being a Tana?
Coolest thing about being a Tana me is that I'm always happy.
Yeah.
Happiness is important to me. I stay smiling all the time, and even in the hardest times, I'm always happy. I think that's one of the coolest. It's important for us to stay happy. The not so cool thing is the flip side. I admit that there is a very, very strong side to me that could come off a little too strong, especially for men who believe they shouldn't be spoken to in a certain way. I try my best to communicate, you know, as possible, but if I feel like I'm being disregarded or undermined, then I have to speak up, and it has to be firm so you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
Without a smile.
Right. Yeah. It has.
That's the best way to say it, right?
Right. Yeah.
She's like, right. Yeah.
Yeah. But it has. You have to at some point. You need to put the smile behind,
and it's required.
And do you think it's fair? It's fair that a woman sometimes has to put a smile behind, put the smile aside for her to be heard, for everyone in the room to hear you.
Well, we're coming from generations of lessons or generations of culture,
right,
who believe that women are second or less, or you know, and so it's not that long ago that even in America that women were allowed to vote,
yeah,
or to speak, or to be on a podium.
That's true.
Yeah, so we've come a long way, you know, and we still have a long way to go, and that's fact. And so I'm not looking for fairness. It just is what it has to be now.
Do you think you're a feminist?
Yes.
Yeah?
I would say so. I mean, I love honor and respect men. I believe that they are intricate. They play an intricate role in the family. And they're important to us. Even though we nurture, we care, we do all of these things, the men, they play a very important role and we need them.
They do.
However, I feel like it's time for us to step up now, not to disrespect or overrule, but to equally share at the table.
Let's sort of relate Jamaica and Kenya now, because this is a conversation earlier my colleagues were having, and I just want to hear your thoughts about it. I was reading Jamaica's population is about, what, 2.9 million?
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah, average age for females is 25, for male is 26, so it's relatively a young nation.
Right.
Here in Kenya, it's the same thing. Our average age here is 19,
yeah?
Out of a population of about 40 million. So these are 2 countries. Young people seem to be the heart of it, but the other thing is that young people are struggling a lot with unemployment. The same thing in Jamaica, the same youth here in Kenya are facing the same thing. So you find people are talented, but employment
they won't
seems
let
to
them
be
in.
a problem, right? and not just men, even for women as well. How would you encourage young people, right, who feel as if, okay, I am here, I have a talent. For some, they've even gone to school, they have beautiful grades, but employment is just not finding them. What's your encouragement to that?
Put in the extra effort. Like, just because you're educated, and just because you think, whatever you think of yourself, it's important to not have that, not allow that to get in the way of you, achieving. So, in other words, if I came to your office and I was looking for a job, immediately I will do whatever it takes to, to show you that, A, I'm willing, I'm ready, I'm educated, I'm even willing to work for you for 3 weeks or a month, just on probation, for you to see that I'm able to do this job.
Right.
And when you do get the opportunity to prove your skills, prove it to the best of your ability, because no one owes you anything. Like, even if they won't let us in, you have to find a way to kick the door in.
I love what Oprah said. If they won't give you a table, bring a flip chair to
take
the table.
Something, yeah.
Take something.
You have to go the extra mile to prove to them that, hey, I know you don't want to let me in for whatever reason.
Right.
Or maybe you're intimidated by my skills, you're intimidated by my knowledge, or whatever it is. I don't care, but I need to prove to you that I can be the best asset to your company.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to go write that on my CV. Best asset to the company. Anyway, so Etana, thank you so much for being here. So you're performing tomorrow at Uhuru Gardens. From there, 19th and 26th, you are in the US again.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You seem to
all
be...
the way, I'm going to be in the US, Europe, UK.
Oh, wow. So for the next few months, you're going to be pretty busy.
All the way till August.
Till August.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So first of all, we're here. Come on. This is one of my
Trevor
colleagues.
is more eager.
Oh, there. I was wondering when he meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Trevor's like
very nice
one of your biggest
Nice to
fans.
meet
So
you.
you're starstruck. Like, this is me trying to keep myself together, but deep down I'm thinking. I just like, all right, compose, act like a New Zealand.
What's your favorite song?
Love song. That's
Love
one.
song?
Her rendition of Weakness in Me, I think it's the best. I
Thank
think
you.
it's the best song so far. And
you
Good
so
Enough is also a very good song.
Good enough is a very
Good
good song.
enough. I could swim across the ocean, and it wouldn't be good enough. Oh my God!
Yeah. That's the best
That is
part of it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And a line
amazing.
from Weakness in Me as well.
Okay, weakness.
I'm not the sort of person who falls in and quickly out of love, but to you, I give my affection right from the start.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
for the rest of the month, the rest of the year, I will sleep easy. I'm good. I am good. Thank you so much for coming. And what's your favorite song?
Oh, geez, that's hard.
Yeah?
Because I write, I produce, I am very involved.
There must have been one
Who
that
do you
really
listen to?
touched you.
Who's
that
your favorite
almost,
artist?
Yeah.
Oh, I listen to everybody. I like good production. So I listen to like Whitney Houston, Taras Riley, Busy Signal, Stevie Wonder, Pink,
Riley was in
Davido.
Kenya, actually.
Name it. Like I listen to a
Cliche
broad
question.
Beyonce.
Cliche question. Any Kenyan artists that you've listened to?
Not yet.
Not
Why?
yet.
Because I'm not familiar with, and I'm just getting a list. Someone told me, I've had 2 conversations where I need a list of Kenyan artists because I want to choose the one that I think would be a perfect match for me to do a song with.
Oh.
So
I don't just want to listen. I want to,
So
you know,
they can
collaborate.
tweet you if they have ideas of who they think is
Link,
good.
tweet me please and tell me who do you think should be the artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You
It's
have
such a
been
good vibe.
amazing company.
Yeah, and you're very humble for us.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'd think there is all this glamour going around you and you'd have a big head, but you...
I don't know how to have a big head though.
I have to ask you one question, woman to woman. Okay, we all love natural hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Behind inside this wig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is also.
You make me laugh.
You also have natural hair.
I do have natural hair, but I think that there was a time when I thought that every woman must, you know, show your natural hair and do. And I think that at the end of the day is what makes you happy inside. It's what makes you smile. It's what makes you comfortable with you. So it doesn't matter because really and truly though, it doesn't matter. It's what you have on the inside that comes from the
is an
inside out.
job.
Happiness is
Exactly.
Yeah,
Good.
from the inside out.
I'm
Doesn't
worried
matter.
you guys will keep asking questions.
Because you can have this all this hair and stuff and then be ugly, you know, inside. So
Please come again.
I will.
Best friends now.
And that's where we live it. This has been Daybreak. Always a pleasure having you with us where random things happen. And Mimi, I'm happy for the rest of the year.
Etana
done.
is for us.
Dana is here, so
On
that's
Daybreak.
it. That's it. I'm Trevor Mbija. Always a pleasure.
My name is Zinzi Kibiko. I'll see you on Monday, bright and early at 6 a.m. with Sam Gituku.
What do you want them to know about you? Last word.
I love you. See you at the show. I love you unconditionally, just the way you are. Live and love life. It's the greatest gift. Never give up and don't be afraid to fail as long as you try.
She is a natural. My goodness. And I'm Wahiga Mahona, Semina Citizen. Up next.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, what an outro.